This plant is the Yareta, and while it looks just like some weird mutated moss, it is actually related to carrots. These guys are found in multiple areas of South America, including Peru, Argentina, Chile, and Bolivia. They have incredibly unique growing conditions, only being able to grow at somewhat high elevations in full sun. They do not do well and cannot grow in the shade, so they must be out fully exposed. Now, Yareta are actually colonial. That whole big structure that you saw there is actually made up of a very, very high number of tiny little plants. These guys all work together and form just this one big colony of plants. And these guys are also one of the slowest growing plants in the world, only growing about 1.5 centimeters per year. So when you see really, really big Yareta plants like this, it means that they are incredibly old, with some of the oldest ones being estimated at over 3,000 years old. Another interesting fact about these plants is that they are self-fertilizing, with the flowers being hermaphroditic, meaning they have both female and male features, which allows the entire structure to be pollinated within itself. It's usually pollinated by things like bees and wasps and flies, and sometimes butterflies and moths. These plants are very, very dense and compact, and typically rather lower growing than things like trees and cacti. This is to conserve heat and also conserve water, and the fact that they are low growing is because the temperature at the surface is quite a few degrees warmer than the temperature higher up, which helps again the plant conserve heat and survive in cold conditions. Now, unfortunately, this plant is considered to be endangered because locals to the area up until recently would harvest a good amount of this plant to use as a fuel source because the inside of the plant produces a resin that burns quite well. However, there have been concerns recently that this plant might go extinct if it keeps getting harvested just to burn, so in most areas that practice has been stopped, which is good because, again, many of these plants are many thousands of years old. That, combined with the very specific habitat that it needs and the fact that it grows so stupidly slowly, makes it very hard to replenish the population, especially if they're continually being harvested. Yareta can be cultivated and is mostly used as an ornamental or decorative plant. However, since it has such specific growing conditions, it is rather hard to grow and is not found that commonly in places other than the wild.